Staying up late. Everyone else is asleep, the house is quiet, and suddenly your brain decides this is the perfect time to think. If that sounds familiar, you're not just bad at bedtime, you might be wired differently. Research suggests night owls often perform better on creative and problem-solving tasks. Those late hours give your brain something rare during the day. Silence. No notifications, no interruptions, no background noise. Just space for ideas to connect. That's why so many creative thinkers and inventors were notorious for burning the midnight oil. Not because they loved being tired, because their minds finally had room to breathe. While the world powers down, their thoughts power up. So if your best ideas show up after midnight, you're not lazy. Your brain just prefers the quiet shift. Social awkwardness. That moment when you don't know what to do with your hands. So you suddenly become aware of every single movement. Or you say something in a group, and the silence that follows is louder than your words. Painful. But that awkwardness doesn't mean you're broken. It usually means your brain is running faster than everything else. Smarter minds process more information at once. You're tracking your own words, how others might interpret them, and where the conversation could go next. Sometimes you're already 10 steps ahead, so you miss what's happening right now. That timing mismatch makes you feel out of place. Studies have found that socially awkward people are more likely to thrive in fields that require deep focus and abstract thinking. Math, science, programming, creative problem solving. The same mental horsepower that makes small talk hard is what makes complex work feel natural. Awkward at parties, sharp with problems. Procrastination. You sit down to work, and somehow 3 hours disappear into scrolling, reorganizing your desk, or watching a video you didn't even care about. Then the deadline shows up, and suddenly your brain clocks in like it's been saving all its energy for this dramatic entrance. Sound familiar? Here's what's really happening. Procrastination isn't always laziness. A lot of the time, it's timing. Your brain struggles to focus when there's no urgency, too many options, too many distractions, no pressure. But when the deadline gets close, everything snaps into place. Noise drops out. Priorities get clear. Focus turns on. It's like flipping a switch. Ideas start connecting faster than you can type. You finish in 30 minutes what felt impossible all week. Stressful? Absolutely. But it shows something important. Your brain performs best under pressure. So procrastination isn't always avoidance. Sometimes it's your nervous system waiting for a reason to care. Talking to yourself. Okay, be honest. You've talked to yourself before. In the car, in the shower, in your room. We all do it, we just don't admit it. Turns out it's not weird. It's useful. It's called externalized metacognition. Fancy name, simple idea. Thinking out loud to understand yourself better. Basically, when you put words to your thoughts, your brain shifts into a more organized mode. You're not just thinking anymore. You're building a mental blueprint. That helps you solve problems, remember things, and stay focused when your mind feels scattered. It's why kids talk to themselves through new skills. It's why athletes use self-talk under pressure. And it's why you suddenly find your keys the moment you start narrating your search like a documentary. Speaking your thoughts forces your brain to slow down and structure chaos. So next time you catch yourself muttering your grocery list or arguing with your own reflection, don't feel embarrassed. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Dark humor. That moment when you laugh and everyone else in the room goes quiet. Awkward. But here's the twist. It doesn't mean you're twisted. It might mean your brain works a little faster. Dark humor isn't simple. Your brain has to understand the literal meaning, spot the taboo or morbid angle, then flip it into something absurd. That's mental gymnastics. You're solving a puzzle in real time. Researchers have found that people who enjoy dark or layered humor often score higher on cognitive tests and actually show less aggression overall. So it's not about being heartless. It's about processing complexity. You're holding multiple ideas at once and connecting them in unexpected ways. That uncomfortable laugh? That's your brain sprinting ahead while everyone else is still loading. So if you've ever giggled at something you definitely weren't supposed to, relax. You're not broken. You're just wired for faster pattern recognition. Being too sensitive. You notice tiny changes in someone's tone. You pick up on tension in a room before anyone says a word. Little things that roll off other people hit you like a wave. It can feel exhausting, but it's not weakness. Psychologists call this high sensory processing sensitivity. It means your brain takes in more emotional and social information at once. You don't just see what's happening, you feel it. Yes, it can make you overwhelmed more easily. Yes, it can make you take things personally. But it also means your emotional radar is always on. You're the one who senses subtleties, spots patterns in how people behave, understands layers others miss. It's like living with the world's volume turned up higher than normal, harder to manage, but richer in detail. Being sensitive isn't fragility, it's deep, and that kind of awareness is its own form of intelligence. Questioning the norms. You see a rule, a tradition, or just the way things are done, and your brain immediately asks, why? Why does school start so early? Why do pajamas have pockets? Why do we clap our hands to show approval instead of doing literally anything else? Most people accept things as is. Smarter minds don't. They poke at assumptions. They pull on loose threads. They can't leave ideas alone. That constant need to question isn't rebellion. It's curiosity on overdrive. It's how inventions happen. It's how systems improve. It's how boring routines turn into breakthroughs. History is basically a long list of people who refuse to accept the obvious answer. From science to art to technology, almost every major leap started with someone saying, "Yeah, but why?" If that's you, you're not difficult. You're wired for discovery. Overthinking. You send a simple message. Sounds good, thanks. Then spend the next hour wondering if the period made you sound angry. Yeah, your brain won't leave even the smallest detail alone. It replays conversations, rewrites scenarios, runs mental simulations of every possible outcome. That endless what-if loop? It's not just anxiety. It's your brain exploring branches. Smarter minds don't just think about what did happen, they obsess over what could happen. They scan for patterns. They predict consequences. They try to solve problems before they exist. It's exhausting, but it's also why you catch things others miss. The downside? You might lose sleep over a comma. The upside? You're constantly stress-testing reality in your head. And here's the funny part. About 90% of what you worry about never happens. So if you enjoy videos that decode how your mind really works, stop overthinking and hit subscribe for more.